You're going to love this. Trust me, what you're seeing now is my normal state.
Welcome, I'm Spaghetti King, and this is You're Mine, Finally Mine, by Midnight Audios, who I've seen before, but not that much of. So this one was a yandere audio, and the progression is quite easy to summarize because it's basically like going to 4 locations, basically. So it starts with her. This is kind of weird. She says goodbye mom at the beginning, but apparently she's actually at your house. She's like, oh, goodbye mom, we're gonna go to the park and whatnot, which is kind of weird to me. Isn't she talking to your mom in this case, right? That's what it seems like, because she later says that she showed up to your house early. So does she call your mom mom? I guess it can be. It's kind of a weird continuity thing, but it is what it is. So she takes you out to the park, I guess, and then this other girl from your class shows up apparently to give you papers or something, and she suspects there's ill intent behind this. This is a very suspicious situation. This is perhaps not trustworthy. So she goes on to this store. Just cheesecake? Yeah, she gets cheesecake, and I'm mostly a fan. But then she just kind of goes to her house, apparently, which later she says that she didn't plan to, but she just goes to your house to basically kind of improvise the situation, and I'll explain that in a bit. So we get to her house, and she puts her food in the fridge, and you go into her room, and then in her room is a shrine to you. She's got like a bunch of pictures of you, and a regular yandere situation to be in. I was talking about Jimmy Two Shoes a while ago. And, I remember the character Heloise, and I remember the first time I saw the Jimmy Two Shoes shrine in that, and I'm like, huh. And that was pretty much like that's like pretty much like the first Western yandere, So, we got a similar situation here. We go in, and, you got the Shrine of Me, but she actually wanted to show the Shrine of Me. She didn't want to keep it hidden. She wanted me to see it in all its glory. So, I probably would, it would either creep you out or would trigger some kind of narcissism in you. But you see it, and apparently you're freaked out from the beginning. You're like, and and then she's like, oh, well, are you shocked by this? And she goes to explain that she took pictures of you on a very regular basis, even when you weren't friends, because you're apparently old friends, but there was some kind of like falling out between you or something. And I guess this is like you asking her out as some kind of like meeting, some kind of like getting back together kind of thing in a friendship way, I presume. And what happened was that she listened to your conversations and basically kind of like molded herself to be the kind of like girl that you're into, basically. Which I don't think any woman will be able to do that on me, because I barely talk about that. But number two, most things that I would be into are well, I guess I shouldn't get into it. But I don't think this trick would work on me. But it is what it is, right? And I guess she buttered herself up enough that you're like, oh, well, I'll ask you, and and now she's like, oh, now we can finally be together and whatnot. So I guess she planned some whole kind of thing, some whole kind of date night for you, whatever. But this one girl coming in, giving you paper, apparently ruined that whole thing. So just in the house now, you go into this kind of confession thing. You both kind of like have this confession thing. So she says that she says what I just told you. But then apparently, you know, you are, you know, grinning and like laughing at this. You're like, and she calls you a pervert for it at one point. Actually, it's like, hey, you know, look, I'm the mastermind too. I know what's going on. I'm not, you know, it's not about that. You know, like, you see, my plan has just been realized at this moment too. So I'm very happy at the results as well. That's one thing you should know. So, she then says, you know, you're crazy too. You're just like me. We have the exact same thoughts. And you know, pretty much she just says, you know, now that we've both admitted this to each other, she doesn't need to worry anymore. She doesn't need to worry about, you know, by her words, any of these whores, you know, getting their hands on me, and all her plans are basically secured. And you know what? It is good that you don't want the whores getting to me, because you know they are grabbing for me, right? They're clawing at me. You know, they're on the hunt. So you know, it is good that you want to protect me from them. And you know, I have my plan realized. So you know, I guess I'm satisfied in this situation. What else? Is there anything else I have to say on the plot? That's pretty much it. Yeah, she's like, yeah, you're mine, finally mine, and you know, that's pretty much the conclusion. That's basically how it goes. So, let's see, is there any other technical things? I mean, like I said in the beginning, the structure is a little bit hard to follow in the beginning. Because, like I said, she says, bye, Mom, but as far as I know, she's talking to my mom in the scenario. So, her calling it Mom is kind of confusing. And then it then goes to her being like, oh, hi there, who's talking to that girl who gives you the paper. But it made me confused about where I was, the listener in the situation. Because you were already, like, with her, basically, and when she says hi, it's not to you, it's to this other girl. So, it's kind of a bit awkward to follow in the beginning. From then on, it's fine, because it's just you two going to these locations, and then, you know, both of you talking. But, it's just kind of like, it's kind of confusing in the beginning. But, let's see. The art is quite basic. You got this, you know, Yandere girl. I think she has glowy eyes. And, you know, she's just sitting there with the kind of, Blendas kind of look going. And I think the background was just like a basic gray kind of thing. And had orange text, which reminded me of Scooby-Doo, actually, when I saw that text. But, yeah. That is what it is there. So, I think that's pretty much what I have to say. So, alright, the rating. Audio 4 to 5, wholesome rating 4 to 5, overall rating 9 out of 10, rank great. So, wasn't the legend, but the overall rating was good. So it was good progression. The only thing that holds it back is that, again, in the beginning it's kind of awkward to follow. But I will say the script was very well written, actually. Very well written script. With her, like, confession and her being, like, I think it's highlight number 3. She's like, she says those sleepless nights where I was yearning for you. I don't need to worry about those horrors getting onto you. That kind of line. It's the script is very good with her. Like she actually sounds like devoted and that kind of thing. It actually is very effective at communicating that. So. That's what I have to say. So that was Midnight Audios. Yeah, okay, Midnight Audios. Just making sure I got that. I'm bad with names as always. That was good. That was good. I like that. So you know, there you go. So you know, promoting your content there. You know, good job. You got Spaghetti King's approval on that. So yeah. Thank you for watching. I'm Spaghetti King. I love you all, and farewell.